Hey, imagine a Cine lens that you can autofocus with. Wouldn't that be crazy? Welcome back to my channel. This is Chris. Hope you're doing good. Today I'm going to talk about the Samyang 24mm T1.9. Yes, I did say T, transmission, because this is a video or Cine lens. And the cool thing about it is that you can now autofocus. They came up with this series, and right now we have the 24mm, the 35mm, and the 75mm. And during the year 2023, we're going to get the 20mm as well as the 45mm. So it's going to be a whole series of lenses, prime lenses for Sony mount as of right now. And the cool thing about them is that you can use them manually, obviously, because they are Cine lenses, but you can also use them with the autofocus. The best use for these and what they've been advertised as is lenses that you can use, for example, on a drone, because they all have the same size, they all have the same weight, and they all have the same filter thread. The weight of this lens is 280 grams. Now, to put this in perspective, my iPad Air 2022 weighs 460 grams, and it's an iPad Air. It's actually very, very light. So that gives you a little idea. The GoPro Hero 10 that I have right here weighs 160 grams. So we're not so far from a GoPro. And as you know, a GoPro is so lightweight, you barely feel it. Same thing here. When I received this thing, I opened it, I looked at it, and I was like, whoa, did they forget to put something inside? That's how crazy it was. In terms of size, we're at 72mm by 72mm. So it's about the same, both height and diameter. The filter thread is 58mm, and that is constant, as I said, throughout the lineup. So no matter which lens you pick up, they're all going to be the same. There are two tele lights or tele lamps, one in front right here and one on the side right here. Why is this so cool? Well, the reason it's so cool is because when you're like me, a YouTuber, or you do vlogging, or you film yourself, it's great to have something that tells you the camera is on, you're recording. Even though I have a big 27-inch monitor next to me that has a big red square around the frame, so I can see that I'm recording. But sometimes when you go outdoor and you're recording yourself, because there's so much light, so much sunlight, it's hard to see if you're recording or not. So that is a good usage for this feature. Another use for this feature would be if you're interviewing someone, the person can see himself and know that he's actually being recorded. Or if you're working with a crew of 2, 3, 4 or more people, they can see when you're actually recording from the side here and know that, yes, we are recording. They don't have to ask, they don't have to look at a screen. The minimum focusing distance is 19 centimeters. We're talking this much, so it's very short, and I did a test here to show you how close I got to this Instax Mini film box. It provides a crisp and sharp bokeh even when you're wide open at T1.9 or f1.8. That's what's going to show on your Sony camera. And honestly, it really gives you a very good depth of field. Again, in the same example that I showed you just before with the Instax Mini box, here we go. You can see a little bit better here in this example how going all the way down to the wall and all the way back to the box and stopping by on my Godox 80-100 Pro Flash in between, you really can see how smooth the transition is, and the fact that this is not focus pulling, it's all autofocus basically, is very, very cool. There are a couple custom switches. One of them is here. It says M1 and M2, mode 1, mode 2, I presume. And there's another one here, which is a button. And right now when I press on it, what it does is it allows me to switch between the aperture control or the focusing control. In order for you to be able to map these buttons, you will need to use the lens manager. And for that, you need the lens station. Now, the lens station is basically a little thing that you can plug your lens on and you connect that to your computer via USB. And by using the lens manager, you can actually assign features and functions to these buttons. As of right now, I cannot do it, but that is very practical. For example, when you're manual mode, you can predetermine a focus from a point to another so that you don't go over or past those points when you do focus pulling. Very, very convenient. There's a unified color balance throughout the lineup. What that does is basically you will have similar or pretty much the same colors if you take the 24, the 35, the 75, the 20, or the 45. And throughout the whole lineup, these are going to give you similar results in terms of rendering and colors. Why is that cool? Well, that's cool because when you do the post processing, the editing of your video, and you do the color grading, it will speed things up because you will be able to match clips from different focal lengths and different lenses, and it will make it way easier, way faster. And the looks will be also better. Instead of spending hours trying to match different clips, they already match. There's a front metal ring here, and that is great, first of all, because there's going to be accessories that will come out. I don't know yet what they are, but I can see there's contacts here. So probably something that works with the contacts in the front. That is really cool. We'll see what the future holds. And the other reason is because having metal here is also better for protection. Because if you hit something made of plastic or made of metal, not the same thing. It's better to have it made of metal. The performance of the autofocus are quiet and they're fast. I did not have any issue whatsoever for focusing. When I use the autofocus of my Sony camera, I do the eye tracking or the face tracking. It tracks me without a problem. It pretty much never failed me in that regard. And it is really quick and really silent. So that is awesome because you can really use it as a regular lens. If you're a vlogger and you like to just go around and film yourself, you can do so. And it is a Cine lens or a video lens. So you will also get the quality that comes with a Cine lens. It is weather sealed on 6 different points. Again, good news, because if you're someone that likes to shoot in dusty and or humid environments, nothing's gonna happen to your sensor, to your camera. You're gonna be all good and you're gonna be able to shoot in those circumstances. So what do I think about this lens? I think it is not the best Cine lens out there by far. It is not the best lens overall by far, but it is such a good compromise that it is hard for me to go back to something else when I film myself, because having the tally in front and on the side is such a good little feature. Having the custom dials is great as well. Having the same filter thread that you can use on all your lenses is phenomenal. And the fact that it's so versatile, so compact, 180 grams, I mean, this is a joke. It's so lightweight. You can put it on the gimbal, you can hand hold it, you can put it in your bag, you can put a bunch in your bag. You're not going to feel them. I mean, so I would say if you're looking for a lens that does all these cool things in a very good way, I would definitely get one of these. I hope I answered all the questions you had. If not, write it down in the comment section below. Like always, I answer as fast as possible. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future content, and I see you in the next video. Take care. Cheers.